Today we're excited to show you our most anticipated release for the Ford Bronco of 2022, the flush mount LED taillights. The biggest complaint that we've heard from the off-roading community is that the factory taillights stick out just way too far. That makes those a huge target for rocks and branches when off-roading, and replacing one of those can be quite expensive, especially the LED signature taillight option. These mount completely flush with the body to solve this problem. And as you can see here, you get that signature Oracle style lighting as well as a high-powered reverse light. This is a direct plug-and-play install for halogen models. And for those of you who had the LED signature lighting option, don't worry, you can still install these. You just need to do a little bit of configuring in the popular ForScan software. We're gonna show you how to do all of that from start to finish. Let's get into it. All right, so before we get started, we wanna just do a quick tool checklist. First, you need a socket wrench, an 8mm socket, a 10mm socket, Phillips screwdriver, panel tool, and a set of fine snips. So the first thing we're gonna do is take our Phillips screwdriver and we're gonna remove these 3 clips. So we're just gonna take our Phillips, we're gonna loosen the center head. Next, we're gonna take our panel tool. We're gonna remove all 3. Next, we need to remove the lower panel. To get that free, we're gonna unlatch the fender, pull that to the side. We're gonna get a firm grip on the lower panel on the outside. Give that a tug. Then we're gonna loosen the outside, just pull that free. So the first 2 bolts we're gonna remove is this outside tin and another tin at the bottom here. So with those 2 tins out, we're just gonna grab the lower portion of this inside panel and we're gonna loosen it, set it to the side. So last 2 bolts, we have 2 8mm, one here at the top, one here at the bottom. All right, now with those 2 8mm out, we're gonna go ahead and pull the taillight and then we're gonna unplug it. So we're installing these taillights on a halogen-equipped Bronco. That's gonna require us to leave the included resistor plugged in. If your Bronco is equipped with the LED signature lights, you're gonna need to unplug this, as well as do the necessary configuration in the popular ForScan software. We're gonna go over how to do that as well. For this, we're gonna go ahead and plug this back in, and we need to do a little bit of assembly here. We're gonna take one of the brackets from our hardware pack. We're going to take 2 screws and 2 nuts, and then we're also gonna take 1 side clip. So we're gonna line the mount ears on the resistor up with the respective holes on the bracket. We're gonna go ahead and drop our screw in. We're just gonna thread our nut on the back, just finger tight. Go ahead and get that nut on the back. Now we're just gonna hit this with our Phillips screwdriver. Get that nice and tight. We're gonna install our clip. Push that down. So the driver's side taillight is gonna come with 2 spacers. You wanna make sure that you press these spacers into the bolt holes before you put the taillight on. Keep in mind, this is only for the driver's side taillight. The passenger side taillight is not gonna come with these spacers. So now with that last clip swapped over, we're gonna go ahead and take our taillight to the truck. First, we're gonna plug in our taillight. We're gonna leave our resistor to the side for now. We're gonna push our taillight into place. All right, so we got our taillight in and we're tightening our first 8mm bolt. Go ahead and get our bottom in. Gonna switch over to our 10mm. So we're gonna grab our resistor with our clip, and you'll see there's a small rectangular cutout right here on the frame. We're gonna go ahead and slide our clip onto there. So there is a small obstruction we need to deal with before we put this panel back on. This center fin here, we just need to trim out just a small piece of that. We've already done it here. You can use some fine snips and you can just make 1 cut here, 1 cut here. And for reference, this is what it looks like before. This is what it's gonna look like after. So we're gonna line up our panel. Go ahead and get that snapped in. And get our last 10mm in. And last, we just need to put our lower panel back on. Snap that here. Pull our fender. Lock our fender back into place. And to button this up, we're just gonna put our 3 push clips back into place. So we're gonna go ahead and repeat the same exact steps on the passenger side. So the taillights are 100% plug and play with halogen equipped Broncos. If your Bronco came equipped with the LED signature lights, you can still use these, but there's a couple of changes that you need to make in the popular ForeScan software. We're gonna show you how to do that now. So what you're gonna need to do this is a laptop and an OBD interface. We're using the OBD Link EX. You can get this on Amazon, it's fairly inexpensive. We're gonna put a link to that down in the description. So first we're gonna locate our OBD plug right under the dash. That's gonna be right here. We're gonna plug in our OBD Link EX interface, plug our USB cable into our laptop, and now we're gonna jump into the ForeScan software and show you exactly what you need to change. All right, so we've connected to our Bronco and loaded up ForeScan. We're gonna go ahead and go to Configuration and Programming. We're gonna find the non-as-built version of the body control module, and we're gonna hit play. We're gonna let that run. So the first setting that we're looking for is going to be left rear stop and position lamp usage. We're gonna hit edit. We're gonna change that to stop and turn. Then for left rear turn lamp usage, we're gonna change that to not used. And we're gonna look for the rear LED turn outage. This needs to be set to disabled. Next setting we're going to look for is the right rear stop and position lamp usage. We're going to edit that. Stop and turn. Right rear turn lamp usage. We're going to change that to not used. We're going to hit right. We're going to hit the check mark. Then it's going to ask us to cycle ignition off, then back on. Now all we need to do is hit the stop service button, and that's it. So as you can see, these taillights are a night and day difference from the factory options from Ford, and the install is very simple and straightforward. So for more info on these and a ton of other awesome products for your Bronco, check out oraclelights.com, give us a call at 800-407-5776, hit us up on social.